In this lesson, I'm going to talk about artists I follow and how their work inspired mine, in hopes that it'll inspire you. It's important to follow other artists because you can see how a good pipeline is, how their style is developed over the years, and how you can improve yours. Whether it's a 2D artist or a 3D artist, you can pick up some tips and tricks about how each pipeline is. It's good just looking what's new out there and what's trending. For example, if you look at some of the brands, you can see that they're developing this new 3D clean look. If you just keep following artists who do that for other companies, like big brands and stuff, you can pick up some stuff, maybe pick up a technique, maybe some materials or something. So it's nice having like this community where you can see new stuff every day. And usually I get my inspirations online from other artists I follow on Twitter or Instagram or Behance or Dribbble. It's just good that just seeing their work, their constant work, because even though like their work is great right now, you can see the improvements, whether in like topology, some new materials, and their style kind of adapts with what's going on these days. And of course, it's good just having a fresh look on stuff, because even though like their work improves, also the 3D software they use improves. So it's just nice picking up on new features. So one of the artists I followed very early, it was Jonna Dings. His 3D work is amazing. A friend sent me a few reference images from his work, and that's what pushed me to actually start learning 3D and how it works and stuff like that. I just saw like some of his work, like if you look at the colorful landscapes, it's really good with the gradients, and the color use is amazing. Of course, you can see other stuff like the low poly characters that he created, like the Vikings, the Yoda. It's just good seeing how he created this artwork with that low of geometry, because you can have a render with 1 million polygons, but he uses just a couple of them, and then you have this cute low poly render, and it's really good. So I suggest checking out his work and also his animations. The other artist that I follow as well is Timothy J. Reynolds. He's really good also with low poly stuff. Most of the renders that I created early, like in the first few years, was just low poly stuff. And his work is also great. And you can see his old work with Twitch. He had like a lot of renders for games. You can see some themed around Mario, Sonic, stuff like that. So it's quite cool. And he did some collabs with other animators, so you can see his cool illustrations animated in a really nice way. So also I suggest follow his work and just check it out. It's really interesting, either just inspiration of the low poly stuff, or actually maybe taking it as a reference and create a few items. That would help. One of my favorite artists is Paul McMahon, or Rusted Pixel. His persona online, and his work is really good. Like the topology is always super clean. Yeah, his work is not low poly. That's the one that's different from the bunch. But his work is so clean, and it doesn't even add a lot of materials in some of his renders. It's just a colored background and a white model, but his look really clean. And that's because he's always careful about topology. That's one of the things that I learned from him, just seeing his work, because I used to do like work with really bad topology. As long as it looks good in the render, I didn't care. But yeah, after a while, and just seeing how his work looks, and also because it gets animated after that, so bad topology can haunt you back. That's why it's just good to have a clean model from the beginning. So yeah, just check out his work. And also, he did this project with a few artists that got animated, and it was really good. You can see it on Behance. If you follow his profile, you'll find like this big project with a lot of animation and sound effects. Check it out, it's really good. And I think it's really good just to draw from that, like clean topology, clean renders, and like really good materials. So that's some of the 3D artists that I follow. And I think I started in 2014 doing this 3D stuff. I started with really simple low poly stuff, and then moved to high poly stuff. And again, watching Rusted Pixel work was the clean topology. Then I changed the style a little bit. Then I picked up animation, And then I picked up doing characters as well, because it's a little bit different, doing organic stuff. So yeah, just following the artist over the years made me, first of all, change styles. That's one. Two, pick up techniques that I didn't think that I'm capable of doing. So that's a good thing. And personally, I suggest following Jonna Dings, Rusted Pixel, Timothy J. Reynolds, Chris Guillot, Jetpacks and Roller Skates. His sketches are amazing. He's not a 3D artist, but his 2D art is great. Like if you wanna practice a little bit, doing some 3D off of good 2D concepts, that's the work that you should look at. Just following them made me a better artist in a way. So I think you should just surround yourself by good art, whether it's on social media or something, because we all just scroll Instagram and Behance and Facebook endlessly. So it's just nice being surrounded by good art, because it will push you either to create good art, just to keep up in a way, or just give you inspiration of the next project that you're gonna create. Now that you know where I get my motivation from, in the next lesson, we're gonna find ideas for our character.